Have you ever wondered why some intimate moments stick in your memory for years, while others just vanish? I used to think intimacy was all about chemistry or that spark of attraction, but I've learned there's a much deeper layer, a silent language that decides whether a bond will last or just fade away. Most of us never learn to decode this language. We live through the moment, but we miss its meaning beyond the physical connection. The gesture that reveals this truth isn't the kiss, the embrace, or even the act of lovemaking itself. It's something we often overlook. But when you see it from the right perspective, it completely transforms how you view men, relationships, and even yourself. Have you ever felt confused when a man's actions totally contradicted his words? I've been there. I once thought I had intimacy all figured out, but one experience shattered everything I believed and left me questioning every signal. It made me realize, why should we trust words when actions reveal the real truth? What if the most vulnerable message a man can send isn't spoken, but shown in what he does? I'm not going to spoil it just yet. I want you to recognize it for yourself as we go. This gesture isn't casual. It's the dividing line between a superficial fling and a profoundly deep connection. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 hidden truths that this single, powerful action communicates. And I want to be totally transparent here. I've made my fair share of mistakes. I've misread signals, and I've overlooked moments that were screaming with meaning. So, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to share what I've discovered, often the hard way. True intimacy is about the meaning behind the action, something we often ignore until it's too late. So, let's dive in and explore the psychological and emotional layers together. By the end, you'll start spotting patterns, understanding the why behind men's actions, and finally see why some bonds feel so magnetic and unbreakable, while others just feel empty. But before we get to the first hidden truth, I want you to think about this. When was the last time someone's actions spoke so much louder than their words? The first hidden truth this gesture reveals is surrender. We often think of intimacy as being about passion, power, and even control. But true, profound depth begins at the exact moment when control fades away. Think about it. Men are often conditioned from a young age to be strong, to lead, to never falter. Yet, when a man truly surrenders in an intimate moment, when he lets go of his ego and focuses entirely on you, that is Ionte's sign of weakness. It's a profound act of trust. It's him having the courage to drop his armor and silently say, "With you, I feel safe enough to just be." You can feel the difference, can't you? The difference between a connection that feels mechanical, almost like a performance, and one that feels sacred when he surrenders. It's not just about the physical act. He's making you feel chosen. The energy shifts from him to you, and that simple shift transforms the entire connection. The second truth is trust. Without trust, intimacy is just an empty physical act. But I'm not just talking about the trust you build over time through conversations. I'm talking about a raw, in-a-moment physical and emotional faith in you, right when he's at his most vulnerable. Men often hide their fears and insecurities behind a mask of confidence. But in this moment of surrender, there's no mask. He's trusting that you won't judge him, that you won't mock his vulnerability. He believes you will receive him with openness and care. You'll feel this not in some grand technique, but in the soft attentiveness of his presence. This level of trust allows for a mutual surrender, turning a simple physical act into a bond that strengthens the entire relationship long after the moment has passed. The third hidden truth is adoration. This goes far beyond simple desire or attraction. Adoration is a form of reverence. It's when he isn't just with you, but celebrating you. As women, we're bombarded with so many mixed messages about our bodies, which can breed deep-seated self-doubt. But when a man truly adores you in these moments, when every part of you is savored and honored, those doubts begin to quiet down. You start to feel not just seen, but radiant. Now, not every man is capable of offering this. Some rush through, careless and self-focused. But adoration slows down time. It makes every touch feel deliberate and meaningful, and it's a two-way street. He affirms your worth, and in feeling cherished, you blossom. Your body stops being something to be judged or commodified and becomes something sacred. This fosters a profound sense of safety and, in turn, allows your own desire to grow without fear. This brings us to the fourth truth. Emotional investment. Adoration naturally leads to investment. This is the difference between someone who is just taking from the experience and someone who is actively pouring their energy into you. Attention can be shallow, but investment is deep. It's the energy that lingers, that pays attention to your responses, that adjusts and savors the connection. It's him choosing effort over ease because he believes you're worth it. Without this investment, intimacy can feel hollow and leave you feeling empty afterward. But with it, the moment becomes unforgettable. It creates a memory that's not just physical, but emotional. This investment also affirms him. By giving his all, he reinforces his own commitment and builds a powerful sense of loyalty. And finally, the fifth truth is unspoken commitment. We've been told our whole lives that actions speak louder than words, and nowhere is this more true than here. Commitment isn't always about grand promises or future plans. Sometimes it shows up quietly in the consistency of his giving, his focus, and his presence. In this peak moment of intimacy, when he chooses to surrender, trust, adore, and invest in you completely, he is signaling a bond that goes beyond the temporary. It's not a loud declaration. It's a quiet act of devotion. He is, in that moment, choosing you and only you. When you learn to recognize this silent language, doubt begins to fade. You realize that intimacy itself can speak, and it speaks more truth than any words ever could. The peak of intimacy isn't about technique. It's about what these 5 truths reveal about his heart. When you start to see intimacy through this lens, you'll be able to distinguish a shallow encounter from a deep connection. You'll learn to value devotion over simple desire. This silent language has always been there. You just needed to learn how to listen. So, here's my challenge to you. The next time you are in an intimate moment, don't just rush through it. Slow down. Pay attention. Feel the communication beneath the surface. Is he surrendering? Is he adoring you? Are you receiving that unspoken commitment? If this resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights into the hidden dynamics of relationships. And don't forget to share it with someone who might need to hear this. Remember, true intimacy is about connection and the unspoken truths we share. Thanks for watching.